Remember those stars I built? Maybe they're turning down. Maybe they put up a fight that didn't even make a sound. And I don't let you win, but I never ever let it down. Standing and I let it oh hello, my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every word I had to break it. It's the risk that I'm taking, and I'm never gonna let you down. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Maybe I can see your halo.
Welcome to episode number 2 of Jabroni Sports, everyone. I am your host, AJ Firstenow. My Twitter handle is at AJ Firstenow. I'm joined today again by Zach Cassio.
Hello.
Twitter handle is at Gonzo1323. Joining us for the first time today is Brian Enthusiast.
Can you dig it?
Brian's Twitter handle is at Scotty262. And joining us again is Trey Montuano.
What up?
Trey is at Trey Montuano. And producing today, not in the panel, but producing is Johnny Montuano. His Twitter handle is at GBabyLaFlair. Woo! Welcome, boys. Welcome to the first full strength edition of the podcast. We're not shorthanded. We're not killing off the power play today.
Whoa, guys, Johnny's
feels pretty good.
Johnny's still here, so
Johnny's the goalie. Johnny's over there keeping everything clean. You know, he's helping us out. So
invaluable.
Yeah, exactly. He's the back line. You know, he's the last line of defense. If things really go off the rails, we still got Johnny over there.
We're screwed.
Yeah. Despite being fired last week, he showed up again, and I think that's a credit to him. So
to be fair, we're at his house, so
we're Cream City crashing his
we
house.
are we cream
City crash.
Continuity callback, man. Got it. I like it. Look at the callback. So, boys, speaking of callback, last time we talked about some NBA hoops. And we were at the All-Star break at the time. Trey, I'd like to point out you and I correctly identified Donovan Mitchell as the dunk contest winner.
Congrats to you guys.
Shout out us. Yep. We couldn't bet on it, though, so thank you, Bovada, for that.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That was trash. But anyways, since then, everybody's back from the break. Teams have 4 or 5 games under their belt for the most part. Some teams have come back from the break like gangbusters. The Bucks have done quite the opposite. After a promising victory at Toronto, the first game back from the All-Star break, they have proceeded to string together 4 of the worst games of the season. Being blown out by Detroit, blowing an 18-point lead at home to New Orleans, just laying an egg against Washington in the first quarter before coming back, and then same thing against Indiana. The common thread has either been blowing a massive lead or getting into a massive hole and then trying to dig their way out of it.
Every way that they can think of to lose, they're figuring it out. I mean, I've never seen a team lose in that many different ways in a 4 or 5 game stretch.
It's impressive. It's absolutely impressive because they've done the 6-minute scoring drought. They've done giving up 40 points in a quarter. Like they pick which facet of basketball they want to completely neglect in a given evening. So guys, that being said, what's wrong with the Bucks? Let's play Dr. Basketball. Diagnose this patient.
J Kidd's gone. I'm not gonna entertain that thought.
Are you hearing that opinion out there? People are like, should they have fired Kidd mid-season? I mean,
I honestly think it's just Giannis running into a brick wall of carrying the team on his back for the entire season up until this point, and just kind of taking a toll on a guy who's been playing anywhere from 35 to 40 minutes a night. Can't go through an entire season like that and just be okay. There's a lot to go with it, especially when you're the guy on offense almost every play and you're usually guarding one of their best wing players. So that would be my thought. There's a lot of other things. The fact that they can't rebound or protect the paint. It's been a problem all season, but it just seems to be getting worse. I don't know if teams actually started studying the Bucks don't have anyone down low. We can easily kill them.
Paramount that Giannis develops a jump shot because he is taking abuse because he scores at the rim. And the longer he does that, I totally agree that the season's wearing on him because when he scores, he's got to do it in the paint. And if you could develop a jump shot to alleviate some of the bumps and bruises of the course of an 82-game season, that might help him in the long run. Save some gas in the tank.
Yeah, their offense is just so stagnant. We were watching when they played the Heat, and Johnny's like, look, watch their offense once. And it's just Giannis at the top of the key, back and forth, and whoever's guarding him's like, you're not going to shoot. pass to Middleton, they'll get out on him. But then other than that, it's like nothing. Can't go down low.
They sag off Yanni.
They sag off Yanni, and then they get tight on Middleton, and it's like there's nothing else there. Bledsoe can create a shot a little bit, but once he gets inside, everybody's so much taller than him, then it's just pointless.
I've pointed out to you before, Zach, too. The Bucks have a disturbing amount of their offense initiated out of John Henson in the high post. Like they start a lot of plays with him catching on the elbow and then running things off of a guy who can't put the ball down, can't shoot from there, and is like an okay passer.
Reminds me of Joakim Noah when the Bulls were doing their thing.
Running point Noah, yeah.
And Jabari is just so frustrated right now, I feel like.
Jabari is, like, I think one of the only positives during this stretch.
No, he's playing good.
He's played really well.
But he's really frustrated, I feel like. He ripped his jersey off the other day.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You've been waiting all year to come back, and then your return coincides with them playing the worst basketball they've played all year. It's got to be frustrating. One of the other things with the Bucks too that I noticed is absolutely. Giannis and Middleton, were for a while they were second and third in the league in minutes played behind Jimmy Butler. Tibbs. But so again, that's like, it's not only does Giannis play a particularly physically demanding style, he also plays a ton, and I think part of it is his youth. Giannis doesn't really know when to pick his spots yet. Giannis plays every game the same, like it counts the same. He doesn't have sort of that veteran mindset of like, Tuesday night against the Charlotte Hornets, maybe I can kind of play second gear until we need it late, like LeBron has and Tim Duncan had for sure, and all the great players sort of know when they need it. And I just don't think that at 22 or 23 years old, Giannis quite has that concept yet. Giannis doesn't even get that in the All-Star game. Giannis played the All-Star game like it was, Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals or something. So, Game 7! Shout out Zaza Pachulia.
No.
Shouts out to Zaza.
Yeah, but I just there's a lot of issues right now, and I don't see them being resolved this season. Honestly, they're too small. They're too small inside. Henson's not the answer. Whichever white guy you want to put in there, Zeller or Plumlee. I mean, these guys aren't doing anything.
What about Thon?
And Thon. There was so much promise for Thon this season.
Did the Jennifer Gardner sequel come out with Thon yet? 13 going on 30, featuring Thon Maker. What was it? How will he do at high schoolers the third time around?
The third time around. Thon Maker, just to confirm my eye test, I looked, and Thon Maker has the worst rebounds per 36 of any center in the NBA.
Oh.
His footwork is bad.
Footwork is terrible.
Strength
he's
is
out
bad.
of position a lot.
Slow.
He fouls a lot because he's slow and out of position, and he's trying to recover, and he gets there late. And it's also his real plus minus is the worst on the Bucks as well right now.
Plus minus is important.
To an extent, I think plus minus in an individual game. No, but that's why I enjoy real plus minus. It's something that gives you kind of a bigger picture, over the course of a season. If a guy consistently is playing off the bench and the other team rips off an 8-0 run, then maybe that's something to think about, But one of the weird ones I saw the other day was the game where Dwayne Wade scored 27 and hit the game winner for the Heat. He was minus 16 in 25 minutes, but he was the reason they won the game undoubtedly as well. So it can definitely be sort of a misleading stat for a given game. But I like seeing it paint a larger picture as the year goes on, and with Thon, that picture is disturbing.
Is it too early to call Thon Maker a bust of a draft pick in the first round?
No.
He might just be in the wrong role. Because as a big off the bench, probably a power forward kind of ish role, where he literally comes in and shoots, and that's what you rely on for, and you place him next to a guy who can actually rebound, he might be okay.
Well, for being 30, he's probably a bust at this point.
The sad part is I think I'm still more optimistic for Thon Maker than I am DJ Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
That's a scary thought that there's somebody else on the roster that you have more hope for.
No, he's on the hurt, isn't he?
Oh yeah, I suppose he is back down there.
What about Sterling Brown?
You mocked Sterling Brown.
Yeah, I've been watching. He's not bad.
He is a defensive bulldog, and he can stick a jumper every now and then.
He's not bad for getting tased at Walgreens.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because when you were who you want to give those minutes to, Sterling Brown, I was like, yeah.
Well,
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you guys that Sterling Brown's been playing well, but I do think that's not a coincidence that he's been playing so much of late. Brogdon's been missing, and
Tony
they're not
Snell.
doing as well.
Yep.
I mean, Brogdon is a piece that kind of bridges a lot of that stuff, adds some shooting, and he's been coached on decision making under, Bennett. Like, I think that his decision making is a lot better than Bledsoe's, because sometimes Bledsoe goes in the lane and just pukes on himself, falls down, throws the ball out of bounds, and I'm like, where are you going with that one, buddy?
He's great at the get caught in the air and then look back to like the wide open court and throw it into like somewhere. He does that
absolutely.
at least every game.
Yeah.
And I think the Brogdon absence is I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Because between that, I mean, to a lesser extent, Dellavedova, but just like the Bucks are lacking for point guards right now, like people that can actually initiate offense, which might be
What, they got the Jet?
why he's not a point guard.
Well, Zach,
The
He's
vet,
been
you
playing-
bet.
Zach wanted them to sign Chauncey Billups last week, so they
Head
could
coach.
actually use him.
As the GM or as a player?
We don't remember.
I wanted a head coach.
thought it was
but
all of the
he
above.
could probably play coach.
No,
GM.
but in all seriousness, there's one opinion that I
I
know
was serious.
Brian and I share. I know you were serious. I feel like Chris Middleton sometimes is just overrated. He has so
Overrated.
much potential, and he'll just randomly disappear. Now, granted, we were talking about him last night against the Pacers, and we're saying Middleton is trash, and then he goes off for 30.
30 piece.
But he frustrates me. Like, he has so much potential.
I think
and
his skill
he just
set
doesn't
is
maximize it.
he should be doing better, more consistently. Yeah, he has some blow-up games, man, where he's putting up 30, 28, whatever.
Especially
And
for
that's
the
cool.
contract he garners. I mean,
Absolutely. But I think he's a more talented player that could play consistently, and help the team out throughout the course. I mean, sometimes these guys, like the stretch they're going through right now, I mean, Chris Middleton could be doing something about that. And yeah, he had 30 last night, but could have had more.
I'm not saying the contract he garners right now, but I think eventually he'll get big money.
Okay, I was gonna say
Yeah.
when he
No,
said
not
that,
right
me
now.
and Zach gave each
I saw
other a
your
look,
face.
and I was like,
What's he
it's
got?
like a 5-year, $70 million. It's
No,
a very reasonable contract.
Not
I-
much
like,
more than
Well,
Tony
the way
Snell.
contracts have gone now.
Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
was
saying now, yeah.
When he
Like,
signed that, I kind of thought
Yeah.
that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you see Tyler
like
Johnson.
two
get
two
what he
years
gets.
later, you're like, oh, that's a
man.
steal. Yeah,
Tyler Johnson.
and I think the Bucks will
Robbing
resign
the
him.
bank, man.
I really do.
Took a meth with
it
all of
depends.
it.
Well, for me, my biggest issue with Chris Middleton, I think, is this: the consistency. Absolutely, I think he's a guy that can get taken out of a game very early. He can get frustrated, but I also think that he struggles to play within himself. I think that he views himself as like a poor man's like Michael Jordan almost. He loves to do that like, mid-range, like back down, jab stop, like try to work an ISO elbow game. And I think his role is best essentially as maybe like a glorified spot-up shooter.
Yeah.
I think he's
And
gotten
defender.
he's gotten away from that. His defense, I think, has suffered as a result. His three-point shooting has gone down. He's shooting around 32% this year, which would be a career low if that persists. And I think that's because he's focused so much on like increasing the size of his bag of tricks that he's sort of neglected what got him there in the first place. So when I watch, like, especially whenever he tries to initiate offense, I cringe.
Yeah,
Because it
I mean-
usually results in a bad look or a turnover.
I mean, part of that is the team, honestly. Like, who else is going to create offense other than Giannis? So I feel like he puts too much on himself.
I would disagree with that though, because you have Jabari back now. Granted, he's playing limited minutes, but Bledsoe's supposed to be creating his own offense. Like when Brogdon's there, he can create offense. Like
Yeah, but like at the end of the game, it seems like the ball always goes to Middleton because they're like, you can kind of do it all. You can shoot from outside, you can drive.
yeah, but you can't get past your man.
Right, because they're
You can't get open.
tight on him because
Yeah.
they know Giannis isn't going to shoot a three.
And Middleton, quite frankly, for a 25, 26-year-old, is fairly limited athletically.
Is that how old he is?
Yeah, he's
I thought
not.
he was like 29.
No, he's not as old as you think. But
That's good for him then, because
I guess,
he's going to get more of a big contract. Probably.
yeah, I would say, but the fact that his athleticism is as like mediocre as it is, I think is
Stats.
it's definitely concerning. So
I feel like he could take on more of a
26.
Ray Allen, Rip Hamilton type of a game where he just runs a lot and gets off screens and stuff. And
Yep, expend your energy that way rather than trying to back down bigger defenders, because a lot of times he ends up playing the small forward, and even sometimes when they go Giannis at center, Middleton will be guarding fours and trying to back down fours and things like that. And that's probably more of a schematic issue. That's probably more of a coaching issue. But all the same, yeah, I think it's just kind of a square peg round hole situation for him
Don't
a lot
all
of
of
times.
these issues kind of go to a coaching issue? Like
personnel almost.
Personnel.
Somewhat, yeah.
yeah, because
Well,
you're playing your guys the wrong roles. You're playing your guys in the wrong spots. You're having Chris Middleton play the 4. Like that's dumb. Like anyone could tell you that's dumb. Like, I don't care.
I think Middleton though on the right team would be really good.
I think
like,
on the Bucks he could be a good asset.
But I think on like a premier team he could be the knockdown 3-point shooter that doesn't have to do too much. Just
he could be
knock down
Rodney
open
Hood.
threes. No, like Ray Allen at the end of his career. I'm saying.
Yeah,
I was saying Rodney Hood. I was just trying to give.
Shouts out to Rodney
Cavalier.
Hood.
Cavalier.
Hey, that was a good trade.
It was. I actually was pretty happy with that. Those two.
We talked about
those
that
three
last
have all
time.
looked
He did
good.
like
But
that.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So anything else about the Bucks right now that you guys don't see as an issue? Think that needs to be addressed for the season to turn around here?
It's a loss.
What is 1-5?
15. I'm trying.
15,
I'm giving you guys
15
numbers.
minutes?
15 minutes.
Okay. Again, we get slowed down. By
Johnny just
the
wanted to
timing.
talk so bad.
Shout out
Go
to
ahead,
JV
Johnny.
LaFleur.
Go ahead, Johnny. Say what you feel about the Bucks. Go ahead. Come on.
Go ahead.
Nah,
Get in.
nah, I'm not even by a mic, so my voice is just
we
out there.
can hear you, but it's okay.
Here.
I will say this: my friend Mitch. Shout out Mitch Momhoff. The thing that he has said for years and years about the Bucks is true this year, as always. And it's never trust the Bucks, and it's painful and it sucks that it's so true. But never trust the Bucks, because when you do, man, that's then they'll go ahead and lose 4 straight, including 2 at home to mediocre teams. So
Never trust the Bengals.
never. Well, that's everyone knows that. That's not.
That's a Ginger situation.
yeah,
I
that's
feel
not.
like.
They don't even have souls at the quarterback
Never
position.
trusted Ginger, man.
Never trust Marvin Lewis.
So I don't have this on my on the list of topics here, but I don't know. I'm gonna throw it out there because I want to talk about it a little bit on the other end of the spectrum. I want to talk about it like a positive basketball situation now. One of the most entertaining teams to me since the All-Star break, the Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia is playing some really, really good basketball. They're meshing well. They got Marco Bellinelli and Ersan Ilyasova off the buyout wire. The starting lineup, the Sixers.
Ersan's still out there getting buckets?
Squirts on!
The Sixers starting 5 is one of the top 3 lineups in the league in terms of like plus minus per 100 possessions. The Sixers starting 5 is plus 16.5 points per 100 possessions.
Wow.
The only other 2 lineups ahead of it are Golden State lineups. That's incredible to me when I saw that. So where do you guys think the ceiling is? Do you think Philadelphia can win a playoff series? Are they capable of making some noise in the East, or are we still a year away?
I think they could make noise, but I'm back to the opinion that the Cavs got it. So I don't think any other team's really going to give them a run for their money. I could be wrong, but I think it's Cavs. But I think they could make some noise as to knocking off a team in the first round, or like giving Toronto. Like I think they could take Toronto. I don't know if they could take Boston, but I think they could definitely take.
Well,
Toronto
who would they
series.
match up with right now? Johnny, stats.
I believe it's Cleveland right now.
I don't even think it's worth worrying about currently because
so bunched,
I was
yeah.
going to say it.
Yeah, it's
There's
true.
no way the standings will end up the way they will. For me, the key to them winning a series is avoiding being 6 through 8. You want to avoid Toronto, Boston, or Cleveland. If
Absolutely.
you can play one of the other Washington, Indiana, Milwaukee, Miami, I think that they can absolutely beat any of those teams. I think they'd be favored against any of those teams at this point, quite frankly. Even maybe Washington when they get John Wall back, but they've been playing so really well without him too. So I don't know. It's tough for me, but yeah, I think the East is definitely there for a little surprise this year. As far as like I said, that 4 through 8 is just wide open.
Yeah,
And
and
then-
they have the Rookie of the Year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
Ben
he's looking
Simmons.
really good. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Joel Embiid has been a world
I
killer. So
love watching the Sixers, but I think they can make some noise this year depending on who they're matched up with. But for years to come, they're going to be a problem in the East. I mean,
what? They
especially
don't
if
even have
LeBron
Fultz.
leaves.
They don't even have Fultz.
Yeah, that's
No.
true. The Markelle Fultz situation.
I don't
is
know if
just
he plays
super-
again or if he's good,
He
but
shoots free throws left-handed.
And he has that horrible looking hitch now in his shot too. That's one of the weirder stories actually in a long
wait,
time.
I thought they thought he was shooting with his wrong hand. Wasn't that a story?
There's like 15 Markelle Fultz stories.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a ton. Like there was a pretty like deep dive into it on I think the Philadelphia Post. Reporter basically spent like 6 months like uncovering it, and essentially what it broke down to is Markelle Fultz was working out with like his own coach against the will of the Sixers, and the Sixers didn't know about that. So when the reporter like went to Philly and was like, "How do you feel about him working out with his old individual coach?" They were like, "What?" Like basically like he's doing
shit.
what? Yeah. So there's a lot of disconnect as far as Markelle Fultz in Philadelphia. But yeah, even if
Should
they,
grab Lonzo.
Even if they get nothing from him, the fact that they're still this good,
Yeah.
this fast, I think is incredible.
Yeah.
So
Embiid is incredible, man. He can shoot from the outside. He can post you up down low.
All right, who
You
you
just
got?
gotta stay healthy.
Real quick side rebuttal. Karl Anthony Towns or Embiid?
Embiid. Embiid's one of my favorite players.
Granted health, I'm going Embiid.
yeah,
Like
I was
AJ
just
said
saying-
last time, I could easily see Embiid after LeBron leaving being an MVP of the league.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
And when's the last time we saw the center as MVP of the league? Been a
Shaq.
while. Shaq.
Gotta be Shaq.
Gotta be Shaq.
Dwight. Did Dwight get one?
Defensive MVP, maybe.
Did Dwight win an MVP in like that 04
No,
season or
Dwight,
what?
I'm 100% sure Dwight did one.
Dwight never won one.
Joakim Noah.
He was top 3, wasn't he?
Joakim Noah, yeah, first team all.
He was top 3?
Yeah.
One season, yeah.
Wow.
That must have been a pretty rough season. Was that like a lockout year? What happened?
Wait, Joker was top 3 in MVP voting?
Yeah.
He won Defensive Player of the Year.
He was making it rain with that
No,
tornado
MVP
jumper.
voting.
Yeah, MVP.
I don't
He
know.
The
he was
league's
third,
most
and
valuable.
He got Defensive Player of the Year.
I
Yeah,
don't
he
believe
did.
you.
Yeah,
It's
I should
true.
say defensive MVP.
Third-
It's defensive
True.
player of the year.
Third.
An
How?
MVP
Yes,
voter.
yes,
No,
this
I'm
is a
not.
true story. This
Dude,
is
I'm telling you.
What year?
Let me see.
Yeah, what year?
Yeah, what year was it?
I need to know what happened this year. I feel like this is This is one of the great underdogs. This is better than Rudy.
It's better than Andre Iguodala winning the
The
finals MVP.
Yeah, finals
So does
He
MVP.
that-
averaged 8 points a game.
Finals MVP. Andre
So does-
Iguodala.
fourth. He was
He
fourth.
stopped
Ha!
LeBron.
Knew you were lying.
He was fourth. Yeah,
That's
you're a
still
liar.
super
Wait, who
high,
are
man.
1, 2, and 3?
Johnny, now you're officially fired.
Yeah, Johnny has yet to have a
Ah,
factual.
Jesus, I gotta
He
keep
didn't even look. He's got a computer in front of him. The only person with a computer in front of him, and he didn't even look it up. He just held up the number 3. Like, did you make a 3, James Harden?
3 goggles.
Brian held that up in church league the other night. I saw that. Don't think I missed that.
Double goggles.
KD
Arabian
won it.
sand goggles on.
Who? KG?
KD.
So who are the others? LeBron and D Rose?
Blake Griffin was 3.
Oh,
Blake Griffin.
wow.
Wait, why wasn't Derrick Rose there?
Detroit
What was
Pistons
going on in
superstar.
basketball?
Yeah,
this
I'll
time?
say Blake and Joe Kim were 2 of the 4 best players in the league.
What year was this?
That never happened.
That didn't, yeah. This
What
is-
year was this?
2014.
Where are you getting this info
2014.
from? Are you
4
getting it
years
from
ago.
What were the
Wikipedia?
playoff matchups?
We're going in a 4-year back time cap.
How was
This is
LeBron
what the
not
people
in the
want.
top
Yeah,
10?
this is what the
Yeah.
people
All right.
What have
yeah.
we been doing since 2014 that we can't remember that?
A lot of drugs.
Should we go to weed and sports on and off the field as a
Thon
follow up
Maker
to
was
that?
26.
That's a segue.
Oh my god! All right, so we talked. Yeah, the Sixers. We got the Sixers in the East. The West is a ridiculous situation right now as well.
3 through 7 are tied right now.
And 3 through 10 is still like a game and a half maybe.
Portland currently resides in the 3 seed in the West.
That's correct.
I like
Yep.
Portland.
And they were coming in the All-Star. I think after the All-Star break, they were 8th or 9th, something like that. They were hovering around the playoffs, and yeah, they win 3 games, and now they're 3rd.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely ridiculous.
Dame Dollar.
Yeah, how do you handicap the rest of the Western field? I guess of that group, let's take away Golden State. Let's take away Houston. Okay, because those are fairly set. They're competing in their own race for 1 and 2.
It's interesting because Jimmy Butler, gone.
Yeah, it's huge.
Kawhi Leonard, gone now. Everybody 3 through whatever. Could beat anybody besides, like you say, Houston and Golden State.
Kawhi's supposedly healthy.
My
That's
that's
another
interesting.
topic.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
super interesting. The whole thing. You called that last week?
yeah, I did.
Yep.
No, I was just gonna say I don't know. I'm super high in the Thunder, so I think they're gonna be an automatic. But
That's what I say. We talked about you with the Thunder last
They've
week.
definitely given Golden State fits.
yeah,
I mean,
Did they lose to Phoenix last night though, or something like that?
no, they ended up winning.
They
But
went, okay, I
Booker
saw
went
that.
off for 43, I think.
I was paying attention to that one halfway, and I was like, Phoenix is okay, all right. I feel like if you lose to Phoenix right now, you should be eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, that's
it.
who Johnny said was the most depressing team in the NBA, I think, last week.
It's up there. Yeah, it's up there.
they got Devin Booker.
Yeah, they got Devin
Magic
Booker.
are worse.
Top 3. Yeah, it's either top 3.
I'm going Utah Jazz, baby.
Oh,
Just kidding. I just love their
good. What are you
scary
talking
mortician
about?
coach,
Utah's right there,
Quinn
aren't they?
Snyder.
Jazz are definitely
Quinn
in there.
Snyder's looking for fucking crack in the back of the fucking parking lot after the
No,
games.
but Utah's there, but realistically, I don't think they stand a chance.
Grizzlies are the worst.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, we
we're
know.
talking-
they
we
got
talked
Mark.
about
Mark
that
is
last
best.
Yeah, we're talking worse still, yeah. But as far as, like I said, back to the 3 through 10. Because you have what? You have there, we have currently...
What are the
Portland,
Jazz fourth?
Got
Portland.
Blazers, Spurs,
I can-
Thunder,
oh, Spurs.
Wolves, Pelicans, Nuggets. Clippers chat.
Johnny, AJ can read, just
Yeah.
so you know. But I know you want to talk so bad.
I don't even
But
got a mic,
AJ
I'm
can
shouting.
read. You learned that at an early age, how to
It's
read.
really far away though, right?
No, I got it. There's logos too. It helps.
I want to see Lou Will in the
the whole
playoffs.
package.
Here.
Yeah, there we go. I got it. I had it the
There
first
you go.
time still. Thank you. How about 11? The Lakers.
Hey!
Lakers playing some ball lately. Playing a little bit of ball lately.
Playing some
Young,
ball.
athletic.
Yeah, since the
Some Lonzo ball.
since the All-Star break, never lost. Undefeated, expensive. Never lost.
Lou Will in the playoffs, Gonzo. How do you feel about that?
Wait, he's going to be in the playoffs?
He
Maybe.
might. He
The Clippers
might.
are
Yeah.
right there.
I think that means Lou Will's going to get paid.
Well, he already signed an extension.
Oh yeah, he did. I forgot all about that. Well, then good for Lou.
He will get paid,
It doesn't
though.
matter. It's on a Clippers team.
Secure
It
the
isn't going to
bag,
go
man.
anywhere. They're
Yeah.
not even.
I mean, shit.
Like,
In,
I don't
in all
know.
seriousness, though, we haven't said a word about Houston. They're one, right?
Yeah, but like maybe like it's like a game. It's like a half
but
game
it's
or
percentage.
They're
I
tied.
think-
They're tied right now.
I
Yeah,
think Steve
percentage
Kerr's
points.
just chillaxing, bro. Like just.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I mean, Houston's playing well.
Yeah,
How
they
many
are.
losses they got?
Never lost.
14, 13.
13
Yeah.
losson on an NBA season. That's
Johnny's
pretty
throwing
solid.
up gang signs over here.
They got Johnny's boy James Harden.
They have the MVP of the league this year,
Yeah,
James Harden.
for
also, I'd say like this year kind of sucks though because usually it's like there's a little bit of debate. You know, it's kind of fun. Like you have
Yeah.
Harden or Westbrook or LeBron. Like this year, it's like James Harden. Like if you it's so hard to even like pretend that there's any sort of intrigue with that, and it's the beginning of March. But oh well.
Man, fuck Harden and Westbrook.
Oh, it's like
Wow.
that. Tell us how you really feel, man.
I mean, I like Russ, but they just shoot so much.
They are chuckers.
I know.
They are
Let's be
chuckers.
honest.
Yeah. I'm more into efficient players than chuckers, but they put up numbers, and I got to give them that.
You know who's an efficient chucker though? Is since we're speaking about
Jamal
the Western
Crawford.
Conference. No,
Yeah.
Damian Lillard.
Yes.
Damian Lillard.
Damian Lillard,
and
yeah.
Klay
My boy.
Thompson. Very efficient chuckers. That's
Yep,
your boy.
My boy Damian Lillard been killing it on national TV lately
CJ
too.
McCollum too. Efficient chucker.
Yep.
CJ McCollum looks like he's 48 years old. I have a hard time believing he's a young player.
Well, he went to Lehigh, so I think you have to go to Lehigh for 8 years to get a degree. You can only be an they have one degree program, and it's like electrical engineering, and you have to graduate before you can leave, or you die there. So
He's just not
Yeah.
good with electrical.
well, yeah, so
so
that's why he wasn't eligible for the draft until he was 27 years old.
Johnny,
he
how old
looks
is
so
he?
old.
26.
26.
26.
If I look like that.
Same age as Chris Middleton. So a couple of old 26-year-olds there, I guess.
Chris doesn't look it though.
Chris doesn't look a day over 40.
When they say long in the tooth, you ever seen Chris Middleton's teeth? Man, those things are.
Oh man,
Those aren't some chiclets. They're just some long teeth, dude.
He's got like
Daggers.
fucking
does.
dog canines.
Yeah, no, Chris Middleton, like the front ones for sure. He's got kind of like a monster almost sort of.
There's a
thing. It's like-
vampire thing going
Yeah,
on.
Is
there's
that
maybe.
they
something
his?
scary. There's something scary about it.
Are they his?
I think
That's a good question.
they're an unidentified cadaver.
No, I'm just saying. Maybe he got like the fucking what 50 Cent get the fucking where you get all the fake.
I thought you were talking about. I thought you were
Oh,
talking like
baby.
George Washington, like he had
No.
wooden teeth or something.
No, where you just get all veneers.
Yeah, just
Like Chris
Middleton
might
got
just get-
veneers at 23.
I mean, maybe his teeth are really fucked.
Why would you get veneers as a
does that?
20 something?
Paul Wall.
Because then you don't
Gives
got
you
then you don't
veneers?
got to worry about it. You're just like my teeth are done.
Never got to brush these again. All right.
Oh, you guys seen John Lackey? Yeah, I mean, that guy. Ooh,
That's don't chew tobacco, kids.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I didn't come here for jewelry. Or no, I came here for jewelry. Let's get it on.
I didn't come here
John
for a
Lackey.
haircut.
I didn't come here for a haircut.
Hey Johnny, wasn't there a White Sox pitcher that I saw was coming back to the MLB?
Definitely not Esteban Loaiza.
unless he's coming back, to tell you
I thought
something.
it was Jake Peavy.
40 pounds of cocaine
Yeah.
and heroin.
Jake Peavy.
Thought I read
Is he
Jake
like
Peavy.
46 years old right now, isn't he?
I don't know. All the White Sox white pitchers kind of blend together. Mark Burley's the only one I could tell the difference with
Yeah, Mark Burley. It's
because he had those no-nos.
perfect game. Perfect game.
Perfect game.
Yeah.
Never lost.
Never lost. Never lost.
I mean, he did quite a bit.
Mark Burley.
Everyone did.
Yeah.
Wow, and Trey just leaves. He thinks he's gonna get away with it, like when he tried to Snapchat us and he
Yeah.
left to the podcast.
Left his volume on for that. Absolutely ridiculous.
Jake Peavy's 36.
Jake Peavy's 36. I see him.
Is he returning to baseball?
mean,
You're talking about Tim Lincecum.
No,
I think no.
No, I know it was a White Sox pitcher.
Oh, I say because I knew Lincecum's like doing
Jake
a comeback.
Peavy. is looking to return to the MLB, is what I was reading.
I'm not sure that the MLB is looking to return to Jake Peavy at
I
this
would
time.
agree with that. I mean,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? Throw him in the bullpen somewhere?
Yeah, I don't
He ain't
understand.
starting any games.
No.
Well, it's actually a sad story if you care to read it. Well, I won't go into it on the podcast, but Jake Peavy lost all his money in some scheme, and he has to come
He
back
got
to
ding
baseball.
cooked by his brother.
I say
Yeah.
Robin Yount, same thing. Robin Yount lost all of his money. That's why he has to be a third base coach till he dies. That's actually part of his deal now. But
I mean, it's not the worst.
no, it could be worse. It could be worse. So, do you guys want to get into maybe a little bit of some baseball thoughts after the break here?
Would love to.
I was just going to mention in that story, a little side note, is Ugly God, the rapper, actually recorded at Jake Peavy's studio, which I thought was pretty cool.
You could have teased that for after the break.
No, I didn't
You
know.
don't. You're not okay. All right,
It's a good
fine.
nugget.
Yeah, it's
That's
a good
good.
nugget.
Enjoyed
There's
that
no
nugget.
break for the people listening,
It's
though.
a nice nugget to go out on.
I mean,
Yeah,
what are we
you
going
know.
to do? Our
We could play the other part of Danilo Gallinari singing, you know. But
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I think like I said, maybe we'll get into some baseball thoughts. Possibly we'll talk about some effects of marijuana on and off the field. What sport has the best athletes? LeBron, where's he going? And more. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Jabroni Sports, and more importantly, guys, we have a very special guest here today. Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki here to welcome you back from the break. Dirk, hit it.
Dirk?
I really don't know this one. This is embarrassing. How does he do it? Fall down in the dead man's town. There's not a in the hell.
Get it, Dirk.
There's a feature. There's a cover it up now.
Get it, Dirk.
Born in the USA. I was
Thought Dirk was getting nervous there for a second. Dirk had some stage fright.
It's a beautiful man.
He was worried about lying. Dirk, you weren't born in the
This was
USA.
Born in the USA by the boss, Bruce Springsteen.
By the boss.
The boss, Bruce Springsteen.
Wow.
Thank you, Dirk. Thank you, Dirk.
Voice
Big-
of a generation.
Yeah, big thanks to Dirk Nowitzki again for being with us today. That's Dirk's only contribution to the podcast.
All
He
right,
had-
see you
he had
later,
some-
Dirk.
Yeah,
I
he
think
had-
there's another Dirk clip that might pop up eventually.
What do you mean clip?
Yeah.
Dirk was here.
Oh.
Yeah, Dirk was in
Sorry,
studio
he was our
just
guest.
now. What are you
Sorry,
talking
sorry
about? That
about
was our guest. He has a game later.
He sings
but-
like my brother in the Christmas pageants when we were like 6 years old.
Wait, which brother?
Oh, we'll leave that confidential.
yeah, that's
They know.
Philip. You know which one. Fill in the blanks. So yeah, we're back from the break. We teased a little bit of baseball talk, perhaps coming out of the break here. So, boys, we have spring training. A couple weeks in here now. We're getting some split squad games. Maybe you get a couple innings of the guys that actually matter, and you see a lot of guys that don't. Brewers
number 94s.
Yes, a lot of football lineman numbers
83.
happening out there.
83.
So as we're into spring training right now, you guys are Cubs fans, so spring training has to be kind of, I don't know, like a nice beginning, but also not that important this year.
Let's get it going. Let's
Yeah.
get it going.
Well, as a Cubs fan, you gotta just complain that there's no leadoff man. There's not enough arms in the pen. I mean, those are the things you gotta complain
Who's the
about.
closer?
Joe
I
Madden
know.
basically said, spring training doesn't matter.
He's
I
right.
get drunk at spring training. It's nice out here.
A lot of red wine.
And I think when you're a good team, that's true. Spring training really doesn't matter, which is a great place to be because you have your rotation set.
Health, health.
Absolutely, yeah. Health is really the only thing you're concerned about from spring training. Is just don't get hurt. Basically, is about it. Are there any things that you guys are interested in with the Cubs this spring training? Is there any individual players you're looking at to see how they do? Any positional battles? Basically, is there something you're talking yourself into at least being interesting?
I'm
Center
waiting for
field.
October.
Center field.
Center field. What about Schwarber?
He's interesting. He's really trimmed down.
Yeah.
Lost 25 pounds reportedly. He kind of looks like Tommy LaStella now, if you've seen a picture of him.
Wow.
Big old head bobbling around on this little skinny body.
Did anybody see the Seattle Mariners bunt in the second inning of spring training?
I
Joe
missed that
Madden was
one.
like, what was that?
Gotta get them bunts.
If Joe Madden is upset at you about bunting, you've fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you've done
time.
something. Yeah, like, Joe is the master of weird shit. And if you manage to offend his baseball sensibilities, I think you've really accomplished something
His
there.
protege, Davey Martinez, out in Washington, brought a few camels into camp.
What?
That's, yeah, he brought like
The
3
cigarettes
camels.
or actual camels?
Just 3 animals.
I saw that.
They have an arc as well?
I mean, he learned at the knee of Madden, so he's like, let's do some crazy shit.
No.
Who's got camels around here?
No,
Where do you get camels?
Yes, can I rent a camel?
No, not one. I want 3 if you have them, actually.
You got any camels? No, in all seriousness, though, center field, I'm really interested for the Cubs. Is it going to be Hap? Is it going to be Almora? Almora is a great leadoff, but so is Hap. I mean, Hap's apparently one of the fastest guys in the MLB. I heard Theo say on the radio, and I was like, he doesn't look that fast.
He looks kind of like a robot when he runs. Like, he's just got a real rigidness to him, which is why people probably don't think he's the greatest defender.
If Theo
Center
said
field?
it, though. If Theo said
Oh,
it,
no,
it's
yeah,
true.
I agree.
What if you just move, what's his nuts and right?
Don't say Hayward. Hayward's a good center fielder, but I don't really want to see him on the field
$184
that
million
much.
ring
But he's
deal
gonna be-
speech, man. I mean, that's tough.
He's going to be playing. He's going
If he's going to have to play.
you know.
Well, if they were to ever get Bryce Harper, they'd probably have to move him to
Yeah.
center field. So, yeah, get used to
Hey,
it.
Screw it. Yeah.
Bryce,
What's up, Bryce?
come over to Chicago, baby. And
You don't even gotta talk him
not
into
the
it.
south side.
Yeah, I would agree that Almora is probably your more prototypical leadoff hitter. I think Hap already has 3 home runs this spring though.
Yeah.
So if you just hit the ball out of the stadium, then your foot speed doesn't matter. I think it's a good strategy. They should go with that one.
No, apparently he's really fast. He just doesn't look that way.
Yeah.
Sound like you're trying to convince yourself over there.
I am.
You guys, he's really fast.
He tries really hard.
Theo said that on the radio, and I was like trying to rewind my radio. I was like, did he really just say that?
One of the fastest guys in the MLB.
That's exactly what he said. Timed out. He said timed out is one of the fastest guys in the
No,
MLB.
I did hear that. I heard that interview.
Yeah.
On the score, right?
Yeah. Shout out to Bernstein and Goff.
There you go.
Hey, AJ, what? How do you feel though, as a Brewers fan? Like, there's got to be a lot of optimism and interestingness going into the Brewers season, right?
Absolutely. I think the Brewers had probably, it's a pretty low bar, but probably one of the more exciting days of the offseason when they signed Lorenzo Cain and traded for Christian Yelich. It's sort of confusing, though, because I would argue that the Brewers' greatest position of strength going into the offseason was their outfield, and then they added 2 starting-level outfielders without moving any. So I don't know if it's a situation where they're still attempting to make a move for starting pitching, because otherwise you're looking at a rotation that might feature Brent Suter and Wade Miley and things like that. So I don't know that that rotation is a playoff rotation by any stretch of the imagination.
Maybe they go 4 outfielders. And, get rid of that shortstop.
Just
that
get rid of that-
pesky
Isn't,
shortstop.
Who has the time for a shortstop?
Isn't
Get a
Keon
midfielder.
Broxton having like a great spring training now that they've stacked their outfield people
Yeah,
besides
of
him?
course. Keon Broxton's also the master of having a month where he hits like 385 with 6 home runs and then goes like 074 with 19 strikeouts the next month. He is one of the streakiest hitters I've ever seen, and I think that's why they sort of have made a move to make him unnecessary.
What about Domingo Santana?
Yep, and that's what I was going to say next. Domingo Santana, I think, is the most interesting study in the Brewers' outfield because he's still young. He still has a lot of team control. He's coming off a year where he hit 280 with like 25 home runs. Can he replicate that? I think is the concern of both the Brewers and all of the potential trade partners for the Brewers. Domingo's been linked to San Francisco this offseason. He was recently linked to Arizona. And I think that those teams are sort of doing their due diligence as well. And I think the nice thing for the Brewers is the trade market will actually be stronger as the year goes on. Teams, injuries happen. Guys get hurt. So I think that the Brewers will be in a position to take advantage of some of that later on. And considering
Oh, goodness.
Somebody lost their
Drop the
virginity over
mic.
here.
And considering the weakness of their rotation,
Lost their virginity.
Just dropped it right on the floor.
there it goes.
Also, producer, stop squeaking that chair over there. We can pick that up. by
Yeah,
the way.
Squeaks McGee's.
Squeak, squeak.
Sorry.
But the Brewers can upgrade their rotation by getting like number 2 or 3 starters at this point. So it's
I think
not.
the Brewers are in a great position of strength, man. They got a lot of things that they can flip. I mean, whether it's players on the major league roster, whether they got some prospects down in the lower levels. I mean, like you're saying, you could wait. You can play this waiting game. If Jake Arrieta doesn't want to come down to $100 million, or Cobb thinks he's still going to get 80, 90 million, you can play the waiting game with these guys and say, okay, see what you get out there.
And that's definitely kind of the weird part of this offseason, and I sort of like forget that aspect of it, is that like usually by now the free agent game has played itself out. You're done, everyone's where they're going to be, they're all in a camp. That's not even remotely true this year. You still have a ton of top second-tier free agents that haven't signed.
140 players that played Major League Baseball last year are free agents currently.
That is a staggering number.
How many
Plus
are there?
Tim Tebow.
Plus Tim Tebow.
Somebody's got to sign Tebow.
He's on the Mets. What do you mean? He's hitting cleanup for him in
The
spring
Mets,
training.
the Mets GM said he's going to be a great major leaguer one day.
Sandy Alderson is also a liar.
The
I don't
fraud.
trust the Mets.
I don't trust Tebow.
No. Well, you have to trust Tebow. He's a Christian. He wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah.
He's a
Very true.
Yeah,
Very
he's a good Christian boy. Come on.
You gonna play that card?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Went 1 for 3 in the cleanup hole for the Mets B team 2 days ago. Yeah, it was the B squad. And it was like an infield single. But that MLB
Hits are hits, damn it.
Yeah, MLB like tweeted out that headline and it showed him like taking a big cut.
Did he
like,
take
Tim Tebow?
Did he take a knee at first base?
Yeah, he thanked God for beating out that infield single.
I saw him step in the box against Scherzer, and it was 3 pitches, and he was done.
Scherzer was not going to let Tebow get a highlight off of him.
no.
Scherzer's way too competitive for that. He's like, I'm striking this guy out in 3 pitches, damn it.
I think
3 fastballs.
I think it's just a matter of the Mets are smart enough that they know they could sell Tim Tebow jerseys.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's pretty
I thought you were
valid
going to
point.
talk about the Nets and then throw your mic on the table like last time.
Damn
Well,
Mets.
Spencer Dinwiddie won the skills challenge. Fuck.
Jay-Z got screwed!
But yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. I think the Brewers are in a position to sort of take advantage of some of the weirdness of this offseason. Because even with the Kane signing, they're still hardly like in a position where they're cash strapped, given that their payroll last year was like $40 million or some ridiculously low number. So it should be fun. It should be fun in the Central this year. Johnny, what do you think about the White Sox?
Oh, we're getting Johnny in here.
No, actually, I don't care. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's
Nobody cares about the White
That's
Sox.
the-
yeah,
Otherwise,
no, the White Sox. That's not. I mean, maybe next year we'll talk.
Hey, how old is Kane on that last year of his deal, though? He's like 30.
35. He'll be. What do you mean,
I
Lorenzo
was going
Kane?
to say like 36.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That was an interesting deal. But
It was. I was.
I think
shocked.
that's a deal that helps, like, now.
Yes.
You know?
yeah, no, definitely. But
Yeah, it
Or
was.
run in the next year or two. Because at the end of that contract, I mean, he's going to slow down.
Yep. Yeah.
they basically invested in him.
I
being
think
poor than
once
last
they
year.
traded for Yelich too, it sort of necessitated the approach to focus on winning now more so.
The Marlins were like, yeah, we'll just give you what.
I like
whatever you
Christian
want.
Yelich, man.
Yeah, I think it's
he's
great.
a really solid player.
I mean, it was the best trade the Marlins made too this offseason because they actually got prospects that were ranked in the top 100 in baseball back, unlike the Stanton deal, the Ozuna deal, all the other trades they made. Basically, shout out Derek Jeter running that team into the ground, doing great over there.
Derek Cheetah.
Respect, but their ass is a 2. So yeah, any other baseball thoughts? Like I said, spring training, it's early. Just kind of want to touch base.
Too much baseball.
Maybe
We're
talk.
good. We're
Let's say
good.
talk about something besides basketball, just as a palate cleanser, maybe.
Talk about that draft combine.
What, NFL?
The NFL draft combine.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal to some people.
To John Freeze.
How
Yeah.
big
To our friend-
Sam
to our friend John.
Darnold's hands are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Do we need to?
I don't.
How many?
Just making a joke.
You guys, Saquon Barkley can bench press a lot of times.
How many times?
29.
29.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's
That-
more than I can do.
That means he'll probably be really good in the NFL.
That must mean he'll be
It has to
super
be.
good. He'll
How high can he jump? That's important.
What was his
too.
40 time?
4.41.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's fast.
He's also fast. He's fast and strong.
Maybe the Raiders will sign.
Gotta love the underwear Olympics, man.
Exactly. Yeah, there's like a really weird sort of, just a lot of like, I don't know, it skeeves me out basically, the combine. Like, it's horrible television, and it's like creepy on a certain level too.
It's like pretty racist, I feel like, man.
Yeah.
They're just like trotting around these guys in front of all these old white guys watching them, drooling over how fast they are. Oh my God, feel high that guy jump. I'll give him lots of money.
That's a fine specimen over there, you know.
I don't know, yeah.
The best part about it is Rich Eisen running the 40 in a suit.
Every year. That's legitimately the most enjoyable part. It's
Yeah.
the only part that's even remotely decent television.
All right, enough on the NFL.
The rest of it is, so if you watch the NFL Combine, you should just burn out your eyeballs instead. It'll be more fun.
What do you say, Zach? Curve.
Curve what?
Curve the
Just
NFL
curve.
Combine.
Curve that, yeah.
Curb that
Hey.
Combine.
What about...
Hold that!
I was going to say, why don't we talk about possibly that draft?
Which one?
NBA? Yeah, I'd love to.
Our NBA draft.
NBA.
Let's,
Oh,
we
our
all-
NBA draft?
our
or
NBA
the-
draft.
Okay.
Oh, we want to run back the favorite players. So now you want to do that?
All right, this is going to
do
take
you
a
guys
long
think?
time. Let's get settled in.
So, for those of you who may not have listened to the previous podcast, the overall concept of this is we are going to draft our favorite NBA team. Not necessarily the best players, as Johnny struggled to understand last time, but just who your favorite player is at each position. So, this time we're going to do it as a draft, which means that it's a round-robin situation, and it means that you cannot draft the same player. So, how do we want...
Serpentine?
Serpentine, absolutely. Any good
The
draft.
four of us, Johnny in.
Johnny can be in too.
No, I'm out.
Johnny's
I'm
out. Johnny's not in.
He doesn't understand the concept.
Johnny just
He's out.
Johnny Minnesota Vikings does pick. He's
Oh, man.
he's been passed over just like the
So how many
Vikings.
rounds?
5, right? Because I mean, you know, 5 positions is 20.
6?
6 man.
Six
Six
man?
man.
Okay.
So
And a coach.
and a coach. Whew, hot dog. Okay. So
Why don't we just go all 13? Let's do
Silky's
let's do
drafting
15.
Spo first.
Oh, all day. I
yeah.
want that heat culture.
So how do we want to do it? Do we want to like go by each position first? Can
No.
you pick any position?
Straight up.
It's just you get 6 picks
You can
of
have
players.
6 centers if you want them.
Can you pick the
Okay.
coach first if you're a psychopath?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Like I said, how do we want to determine who goes first?
We'll start with Trey.
Start with Trey,
Oh, man, a lot of pressure.
and then just kind of go.
You were writing over there. I thought you had, thoughts, but no.
I
it looks
just
like
wrote
you-
down NFL for no apparent reason.
No fun league.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right, well, okay, LeBron.
All right, there you go. Okay,
It's not very hard to think.
that's
Damn it.
that is a pretty solid start to your team, I gotta say. So wow, that's a lot of pressure. Then come with the number 2 pick here.
Is it you or is it Silky?
It's Silky, right?
Oh, it's
Yeah, it's
Silky.
Silky.
Okay, cool.
It's me?
I guess
Yeah.
yeah.
Kevin Durant, then.
Kevin Durant.
Oh,
solid.
man, nobody picked KD last time, by the way.
Yep.
Really?
Man, this makes it tough. I'm going to go Russ.
Risher.
All right, Durant and LeBron are power or small forwards.
It doesn't
whatever.
matter. Positions don't matter.
Whatever you want them to be on your
You're,
team.
you're starting 5. Johnny, why are you writing it in like the big bold font on the computer screen?
So then I have the next 2 picks.
Why is that Dot's font? What is that?
You think we
Where did
can't
you
read-
even get that
He,
font?
he
I'm
really
using
thinks
Notepad. I don't want to open up Microsoft
he really
Word.
thinks we can't read.
So-
He blew it up for AJ last time.
I got a notepad in front of me, dickhead.
for my next 2 picks. It's just so that we can break it down easier at the end, I'm sure.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna stop writing them down. Then.
Yeah, for my next 2 picks, I'm going to go with Giannis with the homer pick. And then, let's see. Now I'm looking at it more as like a team building approach. So if I have Giannis at a forward position, I'm going to take Steph Curry as my point guard. Provide some floor spacing for Giannis.
So you're stacking your team with favorite players that would work well together.
Correct. That's how I'm
Okay.
looking at it because I'm eventually
That's
going to have to
probably-
look at this as a team. So
I'm going to go James Harden.
Wait, is it your turn?
Yeah, because it's
yeah.
the serpentine.
Okay.
Yep.
It's like
so,
a snake.
So you got
You got Russ and Harden.
Russ
Russ
Harden.
Harden.
starting the 2013
The rest-
Oklahoma City Thunder again.
The
getting
rest
up
of my
a
team-
lot of shots.
The rest of my
Those
team
guys are
is
gonna-
rebounding.
They're gonna fight each other at the end of every game.
It's just
you
all,
shot too much.
It's just all offensive rebounders.
Yeah,
That's the
I'm
other
going to
3
get
guys.
Amir Johnson,
Chuck Hayes.
Robin Lopez.
Reggie Evans.
Oh, Reggie Evans. Oh,
He got excited about Reggie Evans. Like, oh boy.
All right, B.
Joel Embiid.
Nice. That's a wonderful 1-2 punch.
All right. No, Trey, you got back-to-back.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Anthony Davis.
Oh, Big Ton?
Anthony
There you
Davis.
go.
Very solid pick. Yeah.
I gotta think for a second.
No thanks.
I'm gonna go Kyrie.
Ooh. LeBron and Kyrie reunited.
Pretty good.
They work well together. I don't know. Kyrie didn't think so, but I did.
Right. They disagreed, but
they did okay in the All-Star game.
They won a championship. You know, it was fine.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah.
Does
That's
Kawhi Leonard? Does Kawhi count?
Yeah, Kawhi.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great pick, actually.
Johnny spelled it like the Japanese anime version.
It's actually it's spelled Cowhee.
K-A-W-H-I.
I think that's an island in the Samoas.
Yeah, Kauai.
No, he still spelled it wrong.
Go
Oh, no,
on.
that's right.
Say, Johnny had it like a vacation destination.
I'm going to go Boogie.
Boogie.
DeMarcus
You
Cousins.
can't play with anybody, though.
What?
Oh my God, you have the most dysfunctional team. Chauncey's going to coach them all up.
My team's going to get stoned together. They'll be fine.
Yeah, Russ, Harden, and Boogie so far. That's quite a combo you got going on there.
Highly excitable.
Yeah. Let's see. So I'm building a team here. I'm going to go Karl Anthony Towns. And let me see here. So I'm building a team. So, I mean, my team's pretty young to line up with that youthful core. Give me Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm going to go Ben Simmons.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
He doesn't need to shoot that much because he's not good at it, so he can just pass to the other guys.
Great facilitator, though.
I want Al Horford.
Ooh, interesting.
That's what I want.
Al Horford. Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay. Why Al Horford?
Defense, scoring, knows his role. Not going to do too much.
Okay.
Not go outside himself.
Is he a good defender?
I feel like he can play
Yeah.
some defense.
I've-
I feel like he can get out there on the perimeter a little bit for such a big guy.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's consistent too, because you mentioned that you prefer like high efficiency, like low
Sure.
usage guys. It's like, and especially like in a team where it's a super team like this. I think you kind of need that as a glue guy almost.
No.
So
Yeah. I can see it. Trey, double.
I'm thinking.
that's
All right.
back to Trey. Currently has LeBron, Kyrie, and Anthony Davis.
It's a solid squad.
That is a pretty good start to a squad here.
Yeah, you're definitely winning it all.
I'm going to go Dame Dollar.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I had in the holster, man.
Yeah.
Had him in the holster.
Trey's all proud of himself. He's still got to go again.
I know.
Big old grin. Didn't have the second pick ready.
No, I got something ready. Just like around that team, I think Jimmy Butler would work good.
Okay.
He type buckets.
Yeah, I think you have a lot of versatility at your like 3 and 4 then.
That's what I was going for.
I'm just going to go with a facilitator. I'm going to go Chris Paul.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that. I was thinking
Yep.
about that.
All right. I am going to draft Nikola Jokic.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Boogie gets to play the 4 and have fun.
Or Boogie. They're both whatever. So then I am picking my last starter and my 6th man. So I have Giannis, Steph Curry, Karl Anthony Towns, and Klay Thompson. Well, let's see. Basically, I could use another wing as well. Man, I can't go anymore.
JJ Redick.
Yeah, JJ Redick for sure. Let's see.
Haven't even talked about him yet.
Steph and Clay is a great combination on that team, though.
Not too bad.
I know. Just imagine if those guys played together.
Great.
Wow, what a team.
Wow, think how many threes they'd shoot.
Giannis would be like, "Hey, pass me the ball."
What's
going on here?
What a squad.
I a freak on the court and a
The
freak in the sheets.
Johnny still doesn't know about the blowjob bell.
Nope.
Because Johnny has one.
He's got absolutely
From
nothing for
Nick.
us.
No, he's just got full-length pornos.
just 90-minute long.
None of
porns.
them feature a blowjob bell.
Nothing. No, man. Guys, I am struggling here a little bit. Let's see.
I know. I feel you, man.
This
I was
is tough.
struggling last time around.
Okay, well, I guess since I have 2 picks consecutively, no matter what, I was going to do this for my 6th man. I was going to take Donovan Mitchell.
I was thinking about that too.
You need a big man, though.
I know.
Oh, you got one.
I got Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
It'll be okay. Don Mitchell. And then
Good old Don Mitchell.
good old...
That's just the guy that sells you cars across the
I
street.
was thinking the same
Hey,
thing.
go over and see Don Mitchell.
Come on down to Don Mitchell's RV.
You always get a good deal at Donovan Mitchell.
It's actually Paul Mitchell's brother.
Oh, God. I guess I can kind of do whatever position because I have
You can also
I have
draft
Giannis.
players that play in China,
Like-
as we established last time around.
That is very
so don't
true.
forget about Andre Blatch, Jimmer
What about big three
Fredette.
players?
What's that?
Stephon Marbury.
Draft big three.
Big three players, yes.
Rashad Lewis.
They are in play still.
Taking Steven Jackson then, dude. He's still out there
Sharif
fighting
Abdul-Rahim.
people.
Paul George. Give me Paul George, too.
Ooh.
That was who I had.
Yeah.
Fucking holster. God damn it. Now it's going to be some fucking me rambling so I can think of somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I just did that for like a minute, so, go for it.
Dude. Damn, who do I want?
I know who you want. I know who you want.
That's a fucking squad right there.
No.
I know who you want, but I'm going to probably take him if you don't.
Tony? No.
Tony Kukoc.
Tony Snell!
I would like Tony Snell.
Panicked.
I guess since no one took him and he's good, I'll just say Kristaps.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, again,
great
That's
pick.
what's up.
He's hurt, so if people forget, A lot of people forget about Kristaps.
I'm going to go ahead and jump on Lou Williams. Then,
Damn it.
man.
Woo!
I knew it.
6 man.
I
Yeah, I
knew
did
it.
want him, but
Oh, man. Now I'm
Slumped.
Stressed?
Yep.
this is your last pick overall.
This is it. I mean, other than coach. Which
Oh, yeah.
Trey gets to do the first coach as well.
I'm going to skip coach and just draft another player.
Jason
Chauncey
Kidd.
Billups.
Jason Kidd. He's available.
He will be available. If we did a 17-round coaching draft, he'd still be available.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, if I need some pop off the bench, I'm just going to go. I'm going to go Eric Gordon. I need a 6-man.
Okay.
I need some scoring off the bench. And he was 6-man of the year.
You need a
last year,
microwave?
so- Yeah, microwave. I mean, you could go. Okay,
I go John Lucas III.
I don't want to.
That's the microwave.
Nate Robinson.
He just owns a microwave. That's different.
It's
Transitional
not his, he's
Bulls
borrowing
point
it.
guard that just kept filling it up every year. Was it Nate Robinson, John Lucas III,
Kirk Heinrich.
Kirk Heinrich, Isaac Kanan for a year?
Cannon, step back.
Cannon, yeah.
Nate
Kanan.
Robinson.
All right, and coach, I'm gonna go Spo. Sorry, bro.
Motherfucker.
Sorry, bro. My favorite coach in
Sitting
the
over here waiting on
Really?
Spo.
Really?
Wow.
Low key.
It's like that.
That's my favorite coach in the NBA.
D'Antoni then, man.
Oh,
Your team is buckets. Your team is getting buckets.
Wait,
that should be Zach's coach.
No. Yeah, it probably should, actually. Fuck. But it's going to be Chauncey.
Your coach is Chauncey?
Yeah, Chauncey. Chauncey can wrangle these boys in.
So with the
I'm out.
with the 4th pick of the coach draft, I'll take Greg Popovich.
That's
I guess
surprising.
I'll take some value there. I was all ready to be like fancy and take Ettore Messina, his like disciple, but
No
that's
love. No
low
love
key.
for,
Low key, who I hope the Bucks get as their coach next year. But
who was the Becky?
Becky Hammond,
Yeah.
the one who won the Summer League championship 2 years ago. Yeah.
No love for Quinn Snyder.
No, but I mean, you guys, we got Chauncey out here, so it's
Chauncey's going to lead the team.
Chauncey can wrangle these boys in. I believe was his quote.
Did
Those were his
anybody,
exact words. Yes.
did anybody else
Like-
notice that Johnny spelled it Chauny?
And Popovich is also spelled incorrectly. I'm fairly sure too.
Johnny's
So.
using phonetics.
Don Phonics did not work.
More like fun edits over there is what we'll have later.
Phonics with a
Don Mitchell. Everybody go see Don Mitchell at Kenosha Honda. He'll sell you a great car.
All right, so that
Don Mitchell guarantee.
I will guarantee myself, Don Mitchell.
that wraps up the teams. Guys, how about
read them off.
we read our teams and then the other 3 of us can either like critique or roast or whatever
Wait.
the other people's teams.
What if we say what city these teams are going to play in?
Oh my God.
Why?
I just want to bring a team back to Seattle.
Okay.
I want to bring a team back to Seattle, and I want to see someone bring a team to Mexico City.
Hey, we'll let you be the Seattle whatever.
You can be the Seattle Chaunceys.
All right,
you go.
good.
No, the Seattle boys, because he's gonna wrangle those
the
boys.
Seattle Billup boys.
Spelled with an I, boys.
Seattle boys. All right, Gonzo, what do you got?
I got it's written in front of me. I'm not gonna look at Johnny's fucking 1833 screen. I got Russell Westbrook at point. I got James Harden at the 2. I got Ben Simmons at the 3. I got Boogie at the 4. I got Jokic at center, and I got
Johnny
Kristaps.
spelled Seattle wrong.
Yeah, Seattle. Chauncey in Seattle.
Sorry.
Coach. All right, Kristaps 6-man. Chauncey Billups head coach.
Okay.
Wrangling them boys.
Wrangling them boys.
Biggest
That's their
issue-
slogan
yeah.
for this opening season.
Are you sure you don't want George Karl?
Wrangling them boys.
The biggest issue, I mean, I think Brian said it, that I see with the Seattle boys is they're going to kill each other.
That's me. That was me.
Because you have Russ, Harden, and Boogie. So Jokic is passing and Ben Simmons passing is useless because
that's why we play in Washington where weed's legal, so they can all chill.
A minimum of 3 handguns in that locker room at all times.
There's going to be an ISO on
those are all boogies, actually.
There's an ISO on every possession. Chauncey's knees are just going to get cut out from underneath him. Maybe literally. I don't know.
They'll have the best card games on the plane ride.
No, those will be bad.
Boogie will fight everybody.
Yeah, and you didn't...
Hey, you owe me $50.
Another big issue is you didn't put any Kentucky teammates of Boogie's with him, which seems to be important for him.
I only have 6 guys.
I'm just
I was
saying,
going to have Rondo in there
Wait,
somewhere.
you gotta have another Kentucky guy, otherwise Boogie gets scared. He misses his my old Kentucky home.
You could have picked Calipari, dude. That could have been your coach.
Yeah, Coach
Nah,
Cal.
he's good at scheming.
He only coaches
but not
for 1 year.
NBA scheming.
Yeah, it's hard to recruit NBA players the same.
Yeah, you
because
can't
everyone's offering them money, so it's not really that doesn't really differentiate it. You know, like all of the contracts have millions of dollars.
There's a salary cap in the NBA, not in college.
All right, Johnny, who's next? Oh, wait.
All right, my team. I have Steph Curry at the point, Klay Thompson at the 2, Paul George at the 3, Giannis at the 4, Karl Anthony Towns playing center, and Donovan Mitchell is my 6th man. They're coached by Greg Popovich, and they play wherever the fuck they want to.
Yeah, I was going to say, do we have to name every position?
So.
All right, scroll down, Johnny.
What are you doing?
Yeah, we already did that one. Okay, Silky.
Yeah,
we're not gonna comment on my team. Okay,
no, screw you, AJ.
All right,
hey, go back. We got to comment on AJ's team.
Just Gonzo's.
All right, that's a pretty good team. I don't really got much for it. Pretty good team. I think they'd work well together.
Trey is gone again.
Trey's got IBS over here.
Trey needs to wear a diaper.
Hey, just keep the door open and get a headset.
I would like to see Giannis and Cat play together, though. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that could be a ton of fun.
I guess I would be worried about if there's enough. If they, I don't know. I still am not sold on Giannis as a 4. I think he's more of a 3.
Style of play, yeah, but lack of shooting, I think, necessitates him playing up a position right now.
Yeah,
and that's kind of why I thought. That's kind of why I thought having a big that can shoot with him would be an interesting way to sort of like circumvent that issue too. Because because Karl Anthony Towns can step out to the 3-point line and sort of provide that spacing that like you're normally looking for from guards.
But what about when you're playing me and you got to guard Boogie at the 4? Giannis can't stick Boogie.
I mean that's okay. It's I know.
I'm just
yeah.
Trey, what are you doing?
Yeah, the other thing too is I think that it would prevent having Karl Anthony Towns playing center. Sort of would help Giannis be able to get to the rim better. Because the other team's rim protector would kind of get pulled out of the situation then, too.
You have Steph and Klay on your team, too, man, so that's going to make things easy.
I was going to say, you're opening up a lot of room. It's basically a team designed for Giannis to get a lot of highlight dunks and then shoot a ton of threes.
As Zach said, it's a pretty good team, man.
It's a pretty good team.
It's a pretty good team. And then Donovan Mitchell, he looks...
Don
Mitchell
is what we call him around here.
Big Don, Big Dick Don.
Big Don Mitchell.
Looks pretty okay.
Subaru and Racine.
Yeah. He'll sell you a car or he'll be your 6th man. Either way. So, Big Dick Don Mitchell. We're coining that here on Jabroni Sports. We're trying to get it started. Because he doesn't have a nickname, right? He's got like Spida. But there was already a Spider.
Spider, oh baby.
Yeah, there's already... You can't just be like Swagger Jack and the and one street baller.
Did you guys do my team while I was in the pisser?
No.
Yeah, we did.
No.
We talked all that shit.
That would be great.
Can we get you a catheter for next episode?
Sorry, I pissed like a puppy. So I got...
On your leg?
Oh my god, he spelled Spoelstra right.
That is incredible.
That is incredible.
Should have just left
I'm just going to assume it's wrong.
Alright, so I'm not doing positions. I got LeBron, AD, Anthony Davis, Kyrie, Damian Lillard, Jimmy Buckets, and Eric Gordon coming off the bench.
You gotta have positions.
I got to do positions, okay. All right, I'll go Kyrie at the point, Damian Lillard at the 2, Jimmy at the 3, LeBron at the 4, and AD at the 5.
Could you really not figure out his positions, Johnny?
And my coach is Eric Spoelstra, if you didn't get that.
That team's going to learn to gel really well under Spo.
That team, Spo is going to have them playing well. I mean... Either Spo is going to have them playing well or LeBron is going to have them playing well.
LeBron will have them playing well.
That is super true.
True. I think Jimmy's...
That's a solid squad. I'm kind of happy with my team.
I don't know about Jimmy. I think Jimmy's sometimes a little nutcase. And
he's in there for defense, but if he can't get his, he might flip out. You got a point there.
I know. He might lose his shit.
Showtime Jimmy Butler
and then trying to fight LeBron. I don't think
that's what I got Eric Gordon for. He can come in and knock down threes.
The low-key thing that I like about that team is that I think it'd be a really good rebounding team without having a traditional big.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have a traditional big man, but I think that you're, like, able to get around that because you have AD, LeBron, and Jimmy Butler, who are all really good
Be a good
rebounders.
defensive squad.
Yeah.
And Lillard can rebound for a point guard.
That's what I'm saying. You have a lot
Like,
of guys that
decently.
for the position
I worry
rebound.
about the spot up shooting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
They do
that's
that.
why I had to throw in Eric Gordon. Because,
Yeah.
like, other than that,
Might as well just took Corver.
you might, I mean, could have.
Coral Kyver?
Coral Kyver.
Cole Cava.
Yeah.
Who are some great spot-up shooters in the NBA?
Hold on,
besides
let's finish
Kyle
this. Let's finish this.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
not done?
We got,
We got
one
Bryant's
to
team.
go. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Mike
I got
D'Antoni.
Chris Paul playing point guard, Kawhi at the 2, Kevin Durant at 3, Big Al Horford at the 4, Joel Embiid being the big man at center, and Lou Williams, my 6th man, coached by Mike D'Antoni.
Which Johnny spelled wrong, of course. Why
There's an
not?
apostrophe, you idiot. You're Italian.
It's an Italian thing. yeah.
D'Antoni, one word.
It's 2 names, Dan and Tony.
He's like, that damn Tony!
My
He had 2 gay dads.
Matter, you can read it.
my first instinct looking at that team is that Chris Paul's going to average 18 assists a game.
Yeah, pretty easy,
Like
right?
that team is like a Chris Paul wet dream because all those guys can finish. They can all shoot. That's a ridiculous team for him to just put on a show every night. And then when that team presumably has to rest at some point, you can throw Lou Will plus question marks and you'll still get points. So that team, and then you have D'Antoni coaching as well.
That team is going to shoot.
Yep,
That's
that
all
team-
they're going to do.
That team is going
points.
to get buckets. Like that team
Best
is
defensive
absolutely.
team, I think.
Yeah, that team's a super lockdown defensive team. Yeah,
I think my team's better defensively.
Your team's better like wing defending, but Silky's team 3 through 5 is going to lock.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good defensive team too. But
Claws out there, too. You know?
But we said
Yeah.
Brian's team's going to shoot a lot. What about Zach's team? Russ,
Well, yeah.
Harden, Boogie, Ben Simmons,
Yeah.
Jokic.
Well, Ben Simmons, I'm going to tell him. Chauncey will talk to him. And he'll tell him, like, hey, you're one of the boys, but, like, we don't want you shooting unless it's inside the circle.
You're one of the boys.
You're one of the boys. I'm going to give you a compliment sandwich here now.
I love how
Chauncey's a smart coach.
Is it that important that at the end of Zach's team it says in Seattle? Is it because so they all smoke after the game?
he was the only one who cared that there
I
was a
just
city.
need to know that
Yeah.
my team can be high. That's the only way they
Yeah.
can get along.
Say he did request specifically that he had a city that they played in. So
We have to play in Washington, damn it.
yes, he's bringing a team back to Seattle. God damn
I
it!
just think it's bullshit. Seattle doesn't have a team in fucking Oklahoma.
And now we transition to weed and sports.
Right into weed and sports. Yeah, sure, why not?
All right.
Zach, I'll say this is kind of your baby.
All right.
You wanna bring us in on this one a little bit?
Rein it in.
It's 1 hour.
Rein it in. All right,
You gotta.
we'll take a
What?
break. You gotta drop though. I mean, you're just gonna say take a break. Oh, the manual air horn. That's a good one.
I don't know. He's not providing anything.
He just says, "Let's take a break," and plays no drop.
Well, with that being said, let's take a break.
On our page is part 2 of the Jabroni podcast. Go out there and open it up.